Hey guys, just received this projector. It's a portable projector from Nebula by Anker. Just want to do a quick unboxing and review. So, just looking at the outside of the box, it's a nice packaging, white and red. So, tells you here 1080p, 400 ANSI lumens. Not the brightest projector, but I think most of these portable projectors are in this range, 400 to 600 ANSI lumens. FHD, I'm assuming that stands for full HD. Looking at the outside of the box, it's running Android TV. It's running Android TV 9.0 from what I understand. It is not the Android TV that you see on something like the NVIDIA Shield. It has most of the apps that you would need. I think what it's missing is Netflix, but there is a way to install it, so I guess we'll take a look at that later. Some more specs. It has HDR10, autofocus, auto keystone. The battery is 30,000 milliamp hour. It gives you a 3-hour playtime, but I think that's on the most eco settings. So if you want to crank up the brightness, it will give you about an hour and a half to 2 hours. Digital zoom. It does have Dolby Digital Plus. Alright, let's open the box. It's a nice packaging. It's kind of reminds me of Hermes, which is bizarre, but let's see. So that's the projector. Apologize for the audio. I'm using the phone audio, so the phone mic, but I am in the process of getting an actual mic one of these days. So projector feels heavy. I remember on the box it said about 2.2 pounds, but this has to be more than that. It is closer to 4.5 to 5 pounds. This is heavier than the LG Mini Beam. That is also a portable projector that is pretty similar looking to this one, but this feels heavier. So for portable projectors, that I don't know if that's a good thing, but anyway. So that is the front of the projector. It has the lens and the autofocus. The top has the name Nebula, and then it is these 3 buttons, the minus, plus, I'm assuming that's the sound, and the middle one is to put the projector in the Bluetooth mode, because apparently you can use it as a Bluetooth speaker, but it has dual 3-watt speakers, so not sure that for music it's going to be that usable. Looking at this side, there's nothing on this side. Very minimalistic, which is actually a good thing. The back has the grill, very nice looking, sleek for cooling, and 1 HDMI, USB-C, that's for charging, and USB 2.0. I think that can power, something like your Fire Stick. That's the infrared button, and that's the power button. And we look at the bottom, and that's for the tripod, the screw, and then it comes with its own little adjustable stand just to increase the angle. Okay, so that's the projector. There is your quick start guide, and they give you a little, it says, if you're not happy, you call these numbers. And if you're happy, I guess you tell your friends and family. Let's see what else is in the box. So the remote control, it comes with batteries. What I noticed about it when I first looked at it was that, yeah, it is very sleek looking, but the buttons are a little too flush against the surface. So I guess we'll find out when we use it how functionally how they feel. It's not backlit, which is a complaint I have about most projectors that don't give backlit remotes. I think most if not all of them should be giving backlit projectors. Backlit remotes. So it does have the OK Google Assist built in. Home, back, menu, plus, minus, directional buttons. I think that's the focus button right there on top, and then the power button. And comes with the USB Type-C to Type-C charger and the wall outlet. The brick to connect it to, if you want to charge it directly via the outlet. It is let's see, it's a 65 watts, so it's a pretty nice brick. And I did charge it. I did drain it. I did drain the projector completely to see how long it would take to charge it, and it took about 2 hours to charge it. On the box it said 3 hours, but I think that is if you're using the just the USB. So yeah, that's about it in the box. All right, let's move on to the review. All right, guys. So I have turned on the Nebula. It's projecting on my Dragonfly screen. It's a 120-inch screen, high contrast, 0.9 gain. Just wanted to quickly go over the settings. I don't want to make this a long video. Just want to show what's available in the settings. A lot of this stuff is what you see in most Android TV OS. Some of the settings are missing, some of it is kind of watered down. So let's go into projector settings. So this is where you would change the mode that you want to play it in. So if you want to maximize the battery life, you keep it in auto or battery mode. That will dim down the brightness. Standard mode is, the brightness will be ramped up, but then you don't get, you can't watch Avengers. You can watch a regular non-superhero movie. Picture settings, they do have the brightness, contrast, saturation, and sharpness, so you can adjust that, but you don't have some of the detail settings like the gamma, the RGB. You can change the color tones, of course. I like to keep it at warm. The wall color, I think it's the background on your home screen. At least that's what I think it is. If you guys think I'm wrong, if you know what it is, you can leave a comment. 3D, I'm assuming this projector can do 3D. I actually did not know that. The keystone is on. It's on. I kept it on auto keystone. I didn't have any issues with that. Focus, I did have issues with autofocus, and I'll talk about that in a couple of seconds. Zoom, you can change the size of the image like most projectors by moving it back and forth, or you can set it up at one spot and you can still reduce the size up to 70%. Autofocus was on. HDR, I kept it on. Projector mode, I kept it on auto. Some of the other options that are available. Audio, there's really not much. It's not like you can do much with this is for the speakers that are inbuilt. Really not much you can do with that, so I just left it the way it was. This is where you would change the source. So you have to press back twice, and that was the other issue that I had. Once I've picked it, I keep pressing back and nothing happens, so I have to press home, and it takes me back to the home screen. So I'm glad that happened because I wanted to bring that up. So we go back in the HDMI settings, and this is where you would turn it on to control something that is plugged in. So for example, so you can plug in a soundbar. Well, you can, but you can't control it because there's no ARC, HDMI ARC. But if you have a Fire TV or an Apple TV and you want to control that with the projector remote, this is where you would turn on the HDMI for that. HDMI 2.0 is on. I'm assuming that is for, because it is not it's not outputting in 4K, but it can take up to 4K signal. I'm assuming if you turn it on, it will upscale any 1080p videos. Again, if I'm wrong about that, you guys can leave a comment. This is where you put the projector in Bluetooth mode. There's a button on the projector, and I talked about that in the unboxing, that you can press that also, but this is also, if you click on that, it will go in the Bluetooth speaker mode. This is where you will see all your apps that you have or you can download. These are the usual device preferences. Gives you the storage. I think it has 2 GB RAM, 8 GB internal storage. Should be left with about, so after the operating system, and I installed YouTube, so you're left with about 4.3. That's where you can configure your home screen. It has Google Assistant built in, Chromecast, screensaver, and that's where you would reset the device. If you wanted to plug in a Bluetooth remote, this is where you would plug it in. That's pretty much it. Yep. So I just want to talk briefly about the focus issue that I was having, and then I'll do some video demo with ambient light and pitch black. So I wanted to demonstrate an issue that I had with this, and that's the autofocus. Wasn't working all the time. It was hit and miss. So right now I want to show you the focus is completely off, and I'll adjust the focus manually, and then I'll show you in the settings that the autofocus is on. And the way you adjust the focus manually is by clicking this button right underneath the power button. So it's focusing now. So let's go into the settings now. And as you can see, the autofocus is on. So that was one of the issues that I kept having constantly. So yeah, that is something that needs to be fixed. Alright guys, so what I have is 4K video from YouTube. There's some ambient light in the room. There's not a lot. There's a lamp on the side. The door is open, and the reason I wanted to do a little bit of ambient light testing is because it's a portable projector, and you're going to keep it, mostly it's for backyards, and you're going to have some ambient light. You're going to have moonlight. You're going to have neighbors' lights or street lights. So that's not bad. It's not the brightest projector. It's just 400 ANSI lumens, and I don't know if you can see that, if it comes across in the video, but it really does not look very bright. The colors are okay. They're not as true to life as you would find in a high-end projector, but then again, it's not a high-end projector. It's not meant to be one. So that's the image with a little bit of ambient light. I'm going to turn the lights off. So that's pretty much pitch black. Picture looks good. I mean, I don't have any big complaints. I just think that when you see it in person, the brightness is not there. It doesn't pop. I mean, this video, when you see it on I don't know, one of the high-end projectors, or even the LG mini beam that I have, it looks different. It pops better. That's a 600 ANSI lumens. So I guess that's the difference, but it by no means is it a bad picture. So yeah, that's the video demo. So in conclusion, just a few thoughts of what I think about this projector. Would I buy it? Would I recommend it? I think for the price, you can get better portable projectors. I think it's a good projector, but I personally would prefer something like the LG Mini Beam, which is in the same price range, or the XG Mini Mobile Pro. It's not a bad projector. I like I mentioned, I had issues with focus quite a bit. Not the end of the world. I mean, you can just manually adjust it. The brightness is not there. I did watch, so this was just YouTube, but when you watch people, I was watching Seth Meyers, and the skin tones were just off, and I just played around with settings a lot, but I just couldn't get it right. It just doesn't look true to life. And that was my biggest complaint, that the skin tones looked very, very off. Other than that, the audio, it's a 6-watt speaker, so it's not going to blow you away. But you can connect it to an like a portable Bluetooth speaker, and I would recommend that if you buy it, you definitely do that, because sound is it's half the, well, actually it's more than half the experience. Sound makes a huge difference. So if you're going to go with this projector, definitely get a nice Bluetooth speaker and pair it with this. Overall, I think it's not something that I would recommend at this price point. If you guys think differently, you can leave a comment. So yeah, that's my video, and I just wanted to point out that I'm very new to this. I'm still trying to figure out how to put these clips together and how to figure out the audio. I have a mic that I'm still playing around with, so if any of this, you know, it's not, I am by no means Chris Majestic, so this is a very amateur attempt, especially for, you know, I'm just starting out. So please don't be annoyed by my videos. Please don't, you know, leave nasty comments. I know my limitations, but I hope you find something out of this that you can use. Thank you for watching my video.